We're talking tattoos today. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Can you catch a serious disease just by getting a tattoo? We're going to investigate right now, Raw Fusion.
A typical night at the clubs.
Let's get raw.
You don't want to fall in love.
Let's get raw.
You got the fusion in your blood.
Let's get raw.
And to my ladies and my thugs.
Let's get raw. And to the haters on the scene.
Let's get raw.
Don't be mad cause we got green.
Let's get raw.
You should be trying to make the team.
Let's get raw.
Cause we taking everything.
Let's get raw.
Raw Fusion.
Check it out, ladies and gentlemen. We have a good friend of mine for many years. He was one of the best tattoo artists in Chicago. He's since moved to Texas. We're going to talk about tattoos in general. Should you get them? Why should you? Why should you not? And I'm going to give my personal opinion about tattoos. Welcome to the show, Malachi Gary.
What's going on, my brother? How you feeling?
Hey, man, I'm fantastic, man. How's everything going out there in Texas?
I'm blessed, brother. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with this nice hot weather and dealing with being a little bit more safer than what I was, you know what I'm saying, elsewhere. Just a little bit more safer. Yeah,
That's where he's okay.
Yeah. Hey, look, I'm safer. I feel a little safer. Yeah.
Stop putting that narrative out there, man. We ain't that bad. Okay. So we're going to talk about tattoos. All right. Now here's my thing about tattoos. It's always been my thing. I don't have any tattoos, and it's funny because I got a friend who does tattoos, and I suppose I'm sure if I had have wanted really to get a tattoo, then I would have gone to your shop.
Yeah, definitely.
But I have no tattoos, no piercings. Here's the thing. At some point, I wanted to do it, and then I couldn't figure out something that I wanted to have on my body for the rest of my life.
Exactly.
And that was a big decision. And I'm kind of, I make decisions pretty easy. They say Libras can't make decisions, but as a director, film director, you have to make decisions every day. Exactly. So I don't believe that. But I just really, I had nothing. I thought about the cross. I thought about this. And I'm like, well, what if I change religions?
Right. Right. Hey, look. There you go. Right.
I thought about my name, and I'm like, well, everybody knows my name. Right. I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, my logo now. Okay, but if I change logos, then what?
Exactly.
Everything came back to
what if?
What do I want to have on me for my life? And I couldn't come up with anything. You, on the contrary, being a tattoo artist, have a hell of a lot of tattoos.
Yes, sir.
So what made you, before we get into the debate portion, I suppose, what made you decide to, one, get tattoos, and two, become a tattoo artist?
Well, first and foremost, wanting to get a tattoo a lot from my thinking is people being followers. Seeing what somebody else done did. Oh, I like that. Let me get that. They don't even care about what it's about.
Okay.
They don't care, what it represents. And that's what a lot of mine was, especially in the beginning of starting to get them. I got my first tattoo at 10 years old in the basement of my homeboy house with doing the poking with the Indian ink from a long time ago. And it said Tom G, Thomas Gary, Tom G. So it wasn't nothing that was crazy, but I got it at 10 years old because all of them got it. So I didn't get it because I really wanted it. I got it because I wanted to be cool. Same thing when it comes down to drinking and smoking or whatever. You usually do things because you think it's cool.
Right.
As far as becoming a tattoo artist and wanting to be one, I never wanted to be a tattoo artist, Lee. Never. Yeah. I never had the motivation to want to be one. It kind of fell into my lap. I was doing a bootleg when I was a kid, 15, 16 years old. Wound up getting out the hood, made it to college, and then really got into it in college and just kind of stuck with it then. But just wanting to do them, no. I've always wanted to do acting, wanted to get into a look, comedy, which I'm starting to do now. So just never wanted to do it.
Okay. And the crazy thing, he has asked me several times about being in one of my movies. And the truth of the matter is we can get him. I didn't know he was taking it seriously, number one. But here's the thing. When I start shooting films again, that's really not a problem. I would have given them a shot anyway. But the thing about it is it has to be the right role.
Exactly.
You know, when casting films, I can't. First of all, I do get lazy sometimes, and
Sometimes?
so I call people that I've either. No, ain't no. Wait, hold on. No, I mean I call people when it comes to casting. You know, I've done the cattle calls and had a bunch of people, like 100 people or something, come in and see them in one day. That gets exhausting. Even though I also like seeing what new talent is out there.
Right.
But I do those very rarely. And I do those once I've basically casted the movie already, because I work with some very phenomenal people. And that's why you'll see people repeat in my films, because, you know, if I see it and, that role would be better filled with, you know, or filled with someone that I know already, I give them a call and they say, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So half the cast is already gone. And then it's the other little roles. You know what I mean? And then sometimes you go towards type or personality and know that, okay, all they had to do is really be themselves, and that's it. Right. But, I mean, we'll at some point get there. But again, I also believe that it's not just what name you know or that you know a person. You got to get the right role for people to shine. I'm a great actor. I consider myself a great actor. Mm-hmm. But even with me, every role is not for me. You know what I'm saying? Even though you think that an actor should be able to do anything and everything, that's not necessarily true. Right. You know what I mean? So we're gonna, and when I get back to filming, we're gonna have to get you back up here in Chicago. Yes. I'm not going to Texas to shoot a movie.
That's all right. I'll get up there.
We'll shoot something.
Okay. I
we'll
can get up there. It's just a quick flight. It's all right. 3 hours. It's all right.
All right. Now back to these tattoos, man. Well, first of all, did you cover up that one that you had at 10 years old?
I did cover it up, and I covered it up with something silly, some skulls and some stars, just doing something. Like a lot of times, people don't think before they ink. You know, that's
think before you ink. That's great.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. We just might have a good slogan here. Yeah. Think before you ink.
Think before you ink.
I might put that on the
Get it done right the first time. Remember that? I don't know if you remember. That's still my slogan, but that was my slogan for a long time on my flyers, on my radio ads with 92.3 GCI was get it done right the first time. Quality ink you can afford. You know, and a lot of people don't think, bro. They just get. They don't. And my thing is this: the average female nowadays, especially, has a kid. The average, I say the average, not all, but the average. If your kid at 2 years old has drawn you something before, by parent law, you're like, oh my God, that's so beautiful. Oh, mommy's baby's gonna be an artist. But in your mind, you're like, don't you pick another goddamn pencil up? That shit look terrible. So if you know what your kid did is terrible, why aren't you as understanding and telling that artist that's working on your thigh, you looking down at it, that you know that's not a straight line? That's because King B is people generally don't want to tell you how they feel. You know.
Okay, but hold on before we move on from there. This is not. It's kind of like a haircut. It's up where your hair grows back. It's not something that you. Okay, let's say you have an artist working on your tattoo and they're not doing it the right way. Right. This is permanent.
Yes.
It's not like they can get an eraser and erase it. So what do you recommend for someone who's going through that in the moment and they're not really happy with what's going on? It's not like they can, you know what I'm saying, get some white out and change it. What do they do? It's
best to just say stop, because it's a lot cheaper to have someone fix or cover up half of a fucked up tattoo versus the whole tattoo. You know what a straight line is. It's just like I was saying, the average person won't tell their friend. Well, I use this terminology all the time. Everybody's had that friend that smell like pee. If they didn't smell like pee, their house smelled some type of way, and as their friend, you never said anything, right? You never said anything because you're like, oh, I don't want to hurt their feelings. So that's the reason they go along with their life smelling like pee, because their best friend don't say nothing. So they like, well, shit, I can't be, but my best friend don't say nothing. So we have to start speaking our mind and telling people, I don't give a fuck if it hurts your feeling or not. If you stink, I'm gonna tell you stink. I'm not gonna say it rudely, But I'm gonna be like, hey, you have an odor. I need you to take care of that. You know what I'm saying? Don't make her think that she's this Don Diva, and she can't be touched, and she's also beautiful. When all alone she has an odor coming from down there. And when y'all go out to bars, don't nobody want to buy y'all drinks to come around, because when they smell, they like, oh my God, they leave. Come on, man. You got to be honest. Like, no, people won't tell you the truth, brother.
You know what? And I say it all the time, and as a filmmaker, I'm an asshole. And the reason why I say that is not because I'm mean to people, because I'm not, but I will tell you when your performance is shit.
Yeah.
And my logic, no, I will. And I won't say it, and I won't necessarily say it in a way, that's great, but
right.
Let's try it this way. No, it's shit. Right. All right. But I believe in you. That's the reason why you're here.
Right.
So this is what we're going to do to fix this situation, and we're going to move forward from there. And some people who want to be great, they love that.
Yeah.
Now, if you just want to skate by, you may not like me very much, because that's not what we're here to do. We're here to give the best performance. And I always say that the public is not going to say, you're so good, but no, they're going to say that performance stunk.
Right.
So let's do the proper thing and fix it now. So now you're protected, I'm protected, and we all look as good as we possibly can. And if I tell you you're shit, well, the performance is shit. No one knows that but you and me. You know what I mean? Instead of the world saying, no, you can't act. You know what I mean? It's better. You may consider me an asshole for doing that, but at the same time, I'm looking out for you. And to me, that's better than, keeping shit secret.
Right. Well, a lot of people can't take constructive criticism, man. They say they can, but as soon as you tell them, I've had multiple artists, man, that worked under me, and you tell them, hey, this is not right. You need to correct it with this. And I know what I'm doing. Woo. I didn't say you didn't know what you was doing, but let me correct this part so you can really know what you're doing. It's just some people can take it, some people can't.
And that's why I say, if you want to get a tattoo done, get it done right. Check out my homeboy Malachi. Actually, you can get at him at www.inkfulthoughts.jimdo.com. It's inkfulthoughts.jimdo.com. All right. Now we're going to be back to talk more about these tattoos, the pros and the cons, and also, can you get a disease from just getting a tattoo? We'll talk about it. It's Raw Fusion. Previously on Raw Fusion. Today we are talking about business. The Quad Coaches are here today. You helped businesses get over $2 million.
That's correct. Since COVID, just money that you're leaving on the table from just not having your stuff in order.
Someone who has your vision in mind at all times, and then they make it easier to find another safe space for you to be, to find other people to be around you to help you build your vision.
The exercises that you do on a regular basis to program yourself for success are extremely important.
And so how you uniquely stand out in the marketplace, how you express your brand, it really speaks to not only the quality and credibility of your brand, but the impact and the reach of your brand as well.
Don't miss a minute of King B's Raw Fusion. Make sure you subscribe for free to King B's Raw Fusion podcast, wherever you get your podcasts. Let's hit these phone lines right quick and see what you guys think about tattoos. Raw Fusion, who's this?
This is Amber Name Melody.
So what do you think about tattoos?
At first I was against it, but then when I got my first one and I knew it made my mama happy because it was for her, it just, once you get that one tattoo, your feeling is you got to have more. I just, I love the art, especially when you have a good artist to do the art, and your body is the canvas. So when you got a good artist for your canvas, you get to express yourself in ways that, words can't really explain, but your art can. So me personally, I love tattoos. I wouldn't recommend it for a lot of people, but me, I love tattoos.
You start getting addicted after a while, huh?
Yeah, first one gets your addiction going. Because it's like, oh, it hurts. It's like, okay, but then I want another one because this one looks nice on me. And then you go get another one. And it's like, I told myself it hurt, but I want another one because that one might look nice on me. Like, it makes you want to keep going to see how much of your canvas can you create your art? Because every tattoo is supposed to tell a story.
The advice is don't get started, or you'll be
Or
addicted.
you will get hooked.
Maybe it's the pain. You like the pain? Is that what it is? You got a pain thing? Some people say they like the
I
pain.
have a high tolerance for pain, so I'm probably gonna say yeah.
Okay,
I got a
that's what it is.
huge
You like the
tolerance.
adrenaline.
Yeah.
You like the adrenaline.
Because I'm not done myself.
You're not done? You getting more?
Oh, I'm not done. I still got loads of tattoos that I want to get done. If it was a tap out session, I'm probably gonna be like the winner.
Oh wow. Okay. You just gonna be a whole tattoo, just one big ass tattoo.
A whole body of art.
Thank you so much for calling in and checking out the show.
No problem.
Well, Fusion, who's this?
Hey, this is Tia, south side of Chicago.
Outside of the house, what's going on? How you feeling?
Man, it's all good. It's all good. I wanted to voice my opinion.
Okay. So what do you feel about that? How do you feel about tattoos?
Well, I do appreciate the art. Let me start off by saying that. I appreciate the art. However, I was raised, as a Christian, and I do believe that the body is a temple and you shouldn't draw on this temple,
Okay.
I feel like it's like graffiti on a temple, so like on a church, because your body is a temple. I also feel like sometimes the work is not as defined as it could be on paper. So like when you're looking at tattoos, sometimes they don't really look that good. They look like jailhouse tattoos, or, they don't, they're not colorful. They just look raggedy. So that's my thought on it. And I don't have any tattoos.
So if it was not a religious thing, do you think you would get one or no still?
Nope. I still think my body's a work of art. So, not trying to, but I still think your body is already a work of art, and it's like painting on a Picasso. You don't need it. I had another reason, because when you get old, that shit looks bad. It don't look good when you wrinkly and your shit sagging. The shit looks really raggedy when you get old. People do still get wrinkles and you still lose weight and you get old. You just get old. And tattoos your skin does not have the same elasticity. It doesn't have the same thing in it as it does when you're youthful. So it looks awful when you are old up in age. It looks awful. So
there you go. Thanks, Tia.
All right. Thank you. Have a good one.
You too. Okay, so a lot of women have tattoos nowadays.
Yeah.
Tattoos on guys, whatever. I'm heterosexual. I love pussy, so I don't give a fuck what they do to themselves. I really don't. I don't care what guys do to themselves. But women, on the other hand, here's the thing. I gotta look at this shit. And I've always said that if I want to look at artwork, I'll go to a fucking art gallery. I don't want to see tattoos all on the titties and shit like that. I may deal with it depending on how fine you are, but just know I'm looking at that tattoo and it's annoying the fuck out of me because it's right there and I want to see skin. Right. And the sexiest shit about a female with good skin is that it's skin. And I'm seeing all this goddamn artwork on it. You know what I'm saying? Now, I will say this. A tramp stamp, okay. Sometimes even a sleeve done well, okay. But you got shit everywhere and here and there and one tattoo. Like, what annoys me is you got an arm and you got like a line of tattoos going down. No, get the fucking sleeve. You know what I'm saying? Make it complete. Don't just have one shit over here and then another one over the fuck over there and another one over there. Get the whole damn thing done. You know what I mean? It's like, it annoys the fuck out of me.
They do that, B? They do that because the average person is cheap. Especially females.
Yeah, they ain't got
the average person is cheap, man. They get the small things and they call themselves blinging like that. Yeah.
How much does the sleeve cost?
Sleeves, in general, through me are like $650 and up. Well, now a whole sleeve through me is like $1,000 and up. Half sleeve is $650 and up. And the and up depends on the size and the detail. Size of your arm, the detail of the piece I'm doing. If it contains color, being realistic looking, if you're doing some type of janisserie, traditional art, or you're doing just general line work or something like that. It just depends on the detail. But the average sleeve with me is like $1,000 and up. I know some people, you know what I'm saying, it's $22,000, $2,500 for a whole sleeve. I've charged about, the most I've charged for a whole sleeve before was about 24. I mean, I have to agree with you, brother. It's definitely a turn off. It's, you know, just because I'm a tattoo artist doesn't mean I want a woman that's fully covered, you know, with tattoos. The skin is the most beautiful thing going on a woman, man, especially if they got really great skin. I wouldn't even want them to have a tattoo on it. That's like I say, what the women say, why put a bumper on a bumper sticker on a Bentley. So I agree.
There you go. Okay, well, this is not going to be a very good argument then. It's not going to be a very good debate show.
Because I don't agree with, like, if we jump into it, brother, let's just say the pros of a tattoo artist, in my understanding from what I've went through, it's a number of things, but the cons outweigh it. So we'll start with the pros real quick, if we can. Some of the pros I've dealt with, man, is of course the money, the amount of money made, being a good artist, knowing what you're doing. It's been great, brother. I can't complain at all. It's been great. Not to just say I did it all myself. I salute the artists that I had working with me, even though they did me wrong. I salute the artists I had working for me. They were some great artists in Chicago, in my other shops as well. But the money has always been good. Another pro, man, is meeting people. You know, not just celebs, but meeting people. People like yourself. You know, people like
Yeah, hold on, I'm a celebrity.
I agree. I'm sorry. People like Will Gates. You meet good people in general, and then you meet the major celebrity people who you think are different. Whoa, now let's get on there. You think they are different, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But the major celebrities be the cheapest ones. Cheap, you know?
Yeah. But look, let me tell you something, man. A lot of people get a misconception, and I always say there's a difference between perception and reality. Okay. People don't know that a lot of that ice is rented, or the whips are rented, or you know the house is rented, and you know there's a lot of different things going on. Part of this business is the facade of being what you are. They think you're really cool. They think you this. They think you're that. Right. And when you get to hang out and be around certain people, you find out that these people aren't anything like what their public persona is.
Exactly.
There are some people you can't get shit from me. Yeah, I fell out with more so-called celebrities than most people have met, and because I'm real, you know what I mean. And I don't give a fuck who you are. I will tell you what's going on. I really don't. Because that shit is a fucking fantasy. Right. Really. I mean, I'm going to respect, you know, and I demand respect. So, but when we get to a point, hey, bro, I don't, you know, the shit that you making, the shit you doing, ain't doing shit for me. Mm-hmm. So I don't really give a fuck, you know what I mean, at the end of the day. Now, if we cool, we cool. But right. I'm not finna be, like all the motherfuckers that I know that have been in my movies and whatever, they know when I pick up the phone to call them, unless we're really cool, they know what's going on. It's like, okay, the bat signal has been put out. You know what I'm saying? Right. We finna work. You know what I'm talking about? It's not, I want to hang out with you and be cool. And can you get me around some women? You know what I mean? That's groupie shit. You know what I'm saying? So when they come to me, they know what it is. You know what I mean? It's different. But we've also hung out, some of them, and I'll tell you, man, some people don't have the money that they look like they have. Yeah. And they aren't the people that you think they are. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So people need to get past that bullshit, man, about celebrity. I mean, it's cool, you know, but they're just people too.
Yeah, you know? Exactly. They're people too, man. And I've dealt with a number of them. I don't call out any names because, you know, it is what it is. You know, I'm not going to lose any sleep. Yeah. And they're not taking from my money. But I will say this. I got one person right now who I've been rocking with, man, and it's been for years, brother, and it's a female. Mm-hmm. And I will say her name. Her name is Judy from Bad Girls Club. I have a personal...
I know Judy.
Yeah, I have a personal number. Social media. She supports me. I support her. Mm-hmm. She's always done it. She's came out and gave away book bags damn near every time I've done it. So she's an awesome. Mm-hmm. She's one of my awesome celebrities who I deal with on the constant. The rest of them I have not talked to. I can't get them to donate to the book bag giveaway. I can't get them to, I mean, not even a book bag. I can't get them to do anything. So it is what it is. Yeah. As far as getting like
Judy, side note before we can move on. Judy, we were Facebook friends. This is way before the fucking Bad Girls Club and all that shit. And she literally, I remember it's a Halloween party or some shit like that. It's just like, yeah, come on. You know what I mean? And that's how I met Judy. Judy didn't know who the hell I was, and I didn't know who the hell.
Right.
Well, she wasn't on the show at that point, and she was just really friendly and really cool. And shout out to Judy.
Yeah, shout out to Judy.
Go ahead, bro.
Fuck with her. Y'all go follow her if y'all not following her. Judy Jai, you know what I'm saying? Bad Girls Club, y'all go fuck with her. But other pros, man, is just being able to magazines, TV. I did Spike TV, man. It was an awesome experience. I'm sad that the show didn't continue. And it did continue because of the shops that were being done. It didn't continue because of the professional guy who they were having do it. He wasn't like the bar rescue guy. You notice bar rescue is still going. But that's another note, you know what I'm saying? I enjoyed the show.
What was the show you were on?
It was Spike TV, Tattoo Rescue.
God damn it. I missed all of that. I didn't see any of that. I had to
they come in,
see if
they revamp your shop for free, and they're supposed to help your artists out and help you out as the owner if you need help in business-wise. But that show really, in some way, destroyed my business. But me being who I am, I didn't allow it to. But in a sense, it destroyed it because they portrayed 3 tattoos that I didn't do. They said I did them. Okay. They said the young guy who worked for me had sex in the bathroom, and he didn't. So when it comes down to it, that's why a lot of people don't realize about TV. Like the producers and direct, they know what sells. So they want you to say certain things and do certain things because it causes controversy, and controversy sells TV. You know what I'm saying? So
exactly.
They did that, and then at the beginning they make you sign that 10-page contract to where you can't sue them. They can do whatever with your pics and video they want to do as long as it's not explicit. You can't do anything about it. So I actually wanted to sue Spike TV when they first aired the show because they aired it. I didn't see it first. They aired it. They didn't even give me a copy of the show, bro. I don't even have a copy of it. If I want to watch it, I gotta pay to watch it. That's just how sad that is. It's like $1.50 to watch it, bro. It was called Tattoo Rescue, and my version of the show was Slap in the Face. Because I don't know if you remember, I was doing that slap for cash for a while. I was paying them to let me slap them like $50, and we was putting it all on the internet. And everything. It was crazy, brother. It was people were lining up around the corner to get slapped. It was crazy. It was.
Wow.
And I did that pretty much my Chicago shop and my Indiana shop. I did that, and it was just it's fun. You know what I'm saying? You get it.
You just have too much fucking money, bro.
Man, bro. Just to do all the fun stuff as an artist. You meet beautiful women, brother. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I can tell you out of all the years of me tattooing, I've met some beautiful women, man. I've met some awesome women. I met some awesome guys, you know what I'm saying? Good guys, you know what I'm saying? Like the average artist, average tattoo artist, he wants to work on women more than he wants to work on guys. I mean, if you were a tattoo artist, you would rather work on a woman, you know what I'm saying, working on a guy, because, it's your preference, you know what I'm saying? You rather the sexuality part of it, the sexual part about it. And women spend the most money. Even though they're the cheapest, they spend the most money because they show their body the most. So we enjoy working on women, and we advertise for women. It's not so much as guys, but you get into the cons now, and we'll start with the women, brother, because I know you're gonna be kind of wild on this, but not so wild because you're a man and you've experienced it. I've gotten some beautiful women, brother, that come in my chair and they have their feet done, their nails done, their hair done, Whitney Houston smile, makeup beat up, right? But they shit smell like Dead Bath and Beyond, like, bro, for real. Women, listen to me. Before you go get a tattoo, clean your shit. Clean your shit.
Watch that pussy.
Because that's not ladylike. Like that's nasty. You have to clean your area, man, because you want to deal, but you want us to deal with your fragrance, and it's not a good fragrance.
You know what? Before we move on, my equivalent to that is photography. Because one, I don't shoot guys unless it's connected to like for a movie that I'm doing or something like that. I mean, do that. Right. But on some modeling shit, it's only females because I don't want to fucking like when I'm editing a picture, and it usually takes me maybe an hour to edit a picture because I'm very detailed, and I'm not going to. I don't want to look at no guy for And
Exactly.
I just don't. I really don't. So I can imagine having to actually touch one for an hour, or however long it takes to do a tattoo. But here's the thing. I have to say, and I have shot women in various states of undress, and I've never had one that stank.
That's
now that I think about it, I can't remember one. That's great.
That's
beautiful. I couldn't imagine. Imagine having to do a whole photo shoot. You know what I'm saying? A nude photo shoot, and the whoo-hoo is stinking. No, I couldn't do it.
Now you know what's
Go ahead, bro.
You know what's crazy is that out of all the years of me tattooing, I've never had a big girl that stank. Never. Piercing pussies, tattooing around the pussy, tattooing around the ass, the feet, nothing. It's always the small, pretty, sedity, think they the shit, little skinny chicks and little that smell. I'm being serious, and it's bad, brother. It's bad because you want especially your sisters. You know what I'm saying? As men, we demand respect, and a lot of women now, especially black women, they feel like they're queens and they demand respect. But I'm always saying you have to give us something to respect. You have to give us something to respect for you to demand it. And if you have an odor, I can't respect you at all. No.
Watch that thing, man.
Yeah.
There you go. Hey, big thing, ladies. If you're going to get a tattoo, especially in certain areas, make sure you clean it before you go get a tattoo.
I know tattoos are spontaneous, ladies. But please, just as well as it's spontaneous, it's definitely spontaneous enough to wash your ass. Wash before you go, because as we talked about earlier in this segment, that a lot of people won't tell you. They'll talk about you when you leave. Versus Malachi, I'm going to tell you right then and there, hey, you know what? This is not the tattoo or piercing for you. And I'm going to leave it at that. Now, if you persist to ask me why you don't want to do it, what's the problem, then I'm going to tell you have an odor. And 9 times out of 10, if you get an infection, you're not going to blame yourself. You're going to blame Evil Thoughts Tattoos. Now, I have a lawsuit at hand, and I'm not going to put myself in that situation. So to eliminate that, I'm going to tell you this is not the tattoo or piercing for you. I need you to go take care of your issue before you come back. Now, if you choose to come back, or not, then that's on you. You can be mad at me, but at least I told you. Now you know that if you go and you see your lottery ticket and you wonder why he walked away from you, now you can think damn, Malachi did tell me I had an odor. Maybe that's now you know. I'll be a silly man.
Let me tell you something, man. There are very few people, guys especially, that you just, it's really cool to the point where you just, be around them.
Right.
I'm going to say how this started. I'm a hustler. I'm a true hustler. And when getting my films out, I would go around to different businesses and things of that nature to push my movies, period. You know what I mean? I wasn't about, being Hollywood and all that goofy shit and just, taking little money for distribution just to say I'm in Walmart or wherever the fuck. I went out and I hustled and I made it happen. And I was very successful doing it. Came into the tattoo shop, Inkful Thoughts in Chicago, South Side. What was it? South
81st and Stony.
No, Stony. Stony Island. Yeah. And right across the street from the motel.
Yeah. The famous Zanzibar.
Yeah, some things went down over there. Anyway, and when I tell you that Malachi got the movies and he was cool and we started talking about shit, and there would be times where I was bored, didn't have shit to do, and I just rolled over to the tattoo shop.
Yep.
And we just sit back, talk, kick it. Well, I'm talking about I'm in this motherfucker for hours. You'd have thought somebody would be sick of seeing me at this point, but no. Every time. So I know two things. This is the real Malachi. What he's saying is very fucking true. And I've been in the shop and I've seen, again, I have no tattoos. I really had no business other than that. We were cool to be in a tattoo shop. I guess if I was a tattoo head, it would make sense. I have no tattoos. So it was really this guy's personality, being cool. And I was there and we were friends and we would kick it. And I've seen... I had a little. He was cool enough for me to have access to areas that maybe of the shop that maybe other people wouldn't have had. So I can attest to his work. I can attest to him being a stickler for a certain standard, and I can attest to the fact that this is Malachi. He will say what the fuck he just said he was gonna say.
Definitely.
So this is 100. This ain't one of these celebrity things where, you know, I'm going along with bullshit. No, what he's saying is 100% true.
Yeah. I'm definitely gonna speak my mind, brother. You know what I'm saying? And I don't, and I try not to be rude with it, but you know, like I said, once again, people they get the misconception of what the word rude is versus blunt and being direct. And,
right.
and I'm just blunt and I'm direct, man. You know, and I would want you to be that way with me. I would want you to, if I have an odor, you know, tell me. Don't just sit around me and, you know, let my breath stink. I don't
know, for some reason you had, I remember, I think you had like some lint or something on you, and you're like, and you got mad. You're like, y'all just let me walk around this motherfucker with this lint and shit on. Something, I forgot what it was, but you really want people to be honest with you as well.
Yeah, definitely, man. There's no reason. You know, don't sugarcoat it with me. Don't make me seem like I'm perfect. Cause listen, when you go get your hair cut, or if women go get their feet done, and the person mess your hair up, or they mess the feet up, or whatever, 9 times out of 10, the average person won't go back, brother. They'll just be like, I'm just not going to patronize them no more. But in all actuality, you should go back, because now you're making that person feel like they did an A1 job. You have to tell them that they fucked up. You paid your money and they fucked up. You need to correct it.
Right.
You know, and people won't do that. So that's the reason we have so many people in the world, King B, that think that they're perfect. Nobody's perfect, man. Mm-hmm. Not even me. Like if I mess something up, if I do something wrong, I say something wrong. Please tell me. Don't make me think that I was A1 through the whole thing. And no, tell me so I can correct it.
Yeah, I'm the same way. That's how I know it's a perfect time for us to take a break. We'll be back talking more about tattoos, the pros, the cons, and the dangers of tattoos right here on Raw Fusion. All right, we're back. So any more cons?
Yeah, definitely cons, brother. When you come to people just in general being cheap, one thing I've always said, like we said before, you know what I'm saying, think before you ink. But the worst thing to do in life is to be cheap to yourself. You know, you should never be cheap to yourself. You know what I'm saying? You're the last person in this world that you should be cheap to. You should always search for tattooing for quality, not price. Now, that don't mean let somebody knock you over the head with a price. You know what I'm saying? You know what a good price is and what a bad price is. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, most people will search for tattoos just for price and not care what it look like. You know, just not care. Don't even give a fuck like if Ray Charles' son doing it or not. They won't care.
Right. Well, I'll tell you one thing. If you're going to have something done permanently, you know, unless you go get that laser shit or whatever to remove it, that shit's on you till you hit the casket, and you gotta, that's one thing you just can't, you know, you can't look for the bargain for. You just really have to get the best quality. Well, at least that's how I feel about it. If anything was to be on me permanently, that I gotta look at or not look at, or it's just on me permanently, I'm gonna go to the best person. I'm not gonna fuck around with that. No. Yo.
Yeah, I agree, brother. I agree. Number one, I just don't understand it. You know what I'm saying? It's been for years, B. Like, as much as you try to encourage people and they see the work, you want them to come to you, or at least go to someone that does quality. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not a hater at all. You know what I'm saying? If I was to do work on you and then you just say you flew out to Jamaica and got some shit from one of your buddies out there, and I mean, as long as it's good ink, I'm gonna applaud it. You know what I'm saying? But if it looks like shit, I'm gonna tell you knew better. I'm like, B, you knew better. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you put yourself in a situation to go get some fucked up shit when you've been getting good shit? Oh, it was my buddy. But you knew better. You're a grown man. You know what a straight line looks like. But majority of people don't care, brother. They search for price, and that's it. And you've said it many times. It's permanent. It's on you forever. Unlike them Jordans. Yeah. Unlike that Birkin purse. Unlike, you know what I'm saying? Like that Louis or whatever it is. Those things are material. They're not forever. But motherfucker will go stand in line for 3 hours for a PS4, PS5, and spend that money, but would definitely be cheap to something that's on their body for the rest of their life. I don't understand it. To this day, I never will, you know?
I agree.
Yeah, it's just bad, you know. And then another thing is tattooing is not regulated the way it needs to be, brother. You know, tattooing isn't regulated. Tattoo artists don't have a license, and that's kind of messed up. I'm gonna give a wow to a lot of people. A lot of people tend to think tattoo artists have license. Well, at least not in Chicago. I know that for a fact. Not in Texas. I know that for a fact. We have 50 states, and I think it only about 5 to 7. Don't quote me, but 5 to 7 actually regulate tattooing to have tattoo artists licensed, to have a license, and for the shop to be licensed. That's what I mean. Now, your barber has a license, and the shop he work in is licensed if he's in a shop. A stylist is the same way. A nail tech is the same way. But tattoo artists don't have to have a license. Now, that's pretty weird to me because we're like doctors. It's very unlikely for your barber to give you AIDS. Very unlikely. He might give you some hair bumps, but he ain't gonna give you no AIDS, brother. So it's kind of, it's definitely unlikely for that to happen. But yet still, the states, brother, the United States of America does not want us to have a license at all. It's weird to me.
Wow.
And people don't know it. So I
didn't know that either.
Yeah, it's not that. Like I said before, people are stupid. It's just that we're not educated. We're not educated to know that tattoo needles have expiration dates on them. Yeah, they expire. And just like when your milk expires, when milk expires, what does it do? Fuck your stomach up. When meat expires, what does it do? Fuck your stomach up. So if you were to take a needle, what's it likely to do? Fuck your body up. But it's people that use expired needles. Oops, I'm sorry.
Wow.
Did I just spoil the industry? Like do professional artists use expired needles and expired ink? Yes, the fuck they do. And it's not right. It's not right.
No, it's not right.
That we do that to people. Now, I ain't gonna say we, I'm sorry, that they do that to people and not care about another person's body, just the money. It's not right.
Wow.
So for all you guys that listen to this podcast, trust and believe, respect your body. Ask that artist to let you see your needle. Do not ever trust that an artist opens a needle in front of you, because I'm telling you, I've owned 4 shops, 3 different states. I've had artists that work for me, and I had to fire them for using expired needles. They would take a needle out that biohazard container, clean it off, put it back in a package, and seal it with super glue. It's that bad.
What the fuck?
It's that bad, B.
Wow.
So you have to pay attention to them. Make them show you the needle so you can look for these 2 things here. Listen to me. There are 2 most important things to pay attention to when coming to get a tattoo. Number 1, always check your needle. Make sure it has no puncture wounds. Make sure it's never been opened before. Make sure it has not been resealed. Number 2 is to make sure it's not expired. It'll tell you on the back of the pack that it's sterilized with EO gas, and it shows you basically when it was manufactured and when it expires. Pay attention to those things, people. It's very important.
Wow. See, Raw Fusion, we get to the heart of the shit. This is the realest fucking podcast, G. Because you have a tattoo artist saying this. This is not some customer that's got a vendetta about somebody or somebody just bullshitting talking. This is someone who's been in the industry for years.
Yep.
So listen, and he's saying this. So listen and make sure, because the skin is the biggest organ on the body.
Yes.
So if you don't want to go around looking at, I've seen some fucked up tattoos, and not just because the artwork was bad, but because the reaction that your skin had to it screws up everything. I've seen some, not in his shop, but I've seen some places. I ain't gonna say, but so we got to understand, and this is a clear example of what may have gone on if you have a bad reaction to a tattoo. So
do your research.
Damn.
A lot of people won't research before they do something. You know what I'm saying? They're just, and I understand tattoos are really spontaneous. Some people need the therapy, but do you love your body? See, my thing is this: if I come to a chick and I say, "Hey," you know what I'm saying? You know, man, listen, I'm gonna say this. I did a seminar, brother. I don't know if I told you that. I did a seminar a couple years back. And in this seminar, I talked to a bunch of young kids, and I talked to some teenagers, and I talked to young adults. And I gave a scenario in this seminar. Listen up real close. And for all y'all listening, pay attention to this. Man meets female. What does that man want? He wants sex. Off back, 9 times 10, he wants sex. She tells him, no, you're going to respect my body. You're going to show me you want to be with me. You're going to, you know what I'm saying, we're going to make this work. He said, yes, baby. I respect you, you know what I'm saying? Let's make this work. Couple months go, I ain't going to say a couple months, couple weeks go by. She go get a tattoo. Now, she goes get a beautiful tattoo, B. She getting compliments on it, the color popping. It's on her thigh. It's beautiful. She went to a shop. Couple weeks down the line, she finally gave him some booty. Couple months down the line, she found out she got HIV. Who's she blaming? Exactly.
Gonna say it's him.
Yeah, she gonna say it's him all day long because she's not once gonna think that it came from tattooing. But in all actuality, you can get the same thing from that needle that you get from a penis, but quicker because it's going straight to your bloodstream. People don't think before they ink. They don't care. They don't think about these things. And once again, it's not displayed to us. You've never seen a commercial about the health issues of tattooing. Never. You see commercials about TV shows, Man Mag and Miami Ink. Just all you see. And then on the TV show, what do you see? Drinking, smoking weed. They're never educating. Wow. They're never educating. That's why, brother, I have a disclosure, so I'm going to say this. I have a disclosure, you know what I'm saying? But I want to do another show. I'm not going to talk about the show about, you know what I'm saying? But I want to do another show. I would love for you to shoot it. I want to do another show, but I want my show to educate. I want people to know, hey, it's against the law to tattoo your child under the age of 18. You cannot sign. There is no signature. You know what I'm saying? It's called child endangerment. But the reason parents don't know that is because it's not displayed like you see everything else on TV about women vaginas, breast cancer, cervical cancer, whatever it's called. I'm sorry if I said it wrong. But you see all other things about women, all the displays about their body, but you never see other things that's important, in life. And it's sad. That's the reason we don't know. We don't see that. We don't have the commercials. There should be a commercial about tattooing, man. It should.
It should.
It should be a commercial.
Now that I think about it, they say don't share needles when you drug using and things of that nature. Tattoos is a needle.
Yep, it sure is.
You use a needle.
Yep.
So it makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah.
But I've never seen that.
You never seen it, and you never will. You don't see billboards. You don't see anything. So when I do this show, I want to educate.
Why? Why though?
You know what? I really, I want to say maybe it's just the money. You know what I'm saying? Like they just want our money every year. Actually, what's crazy is here in Austin, Texas, before they let us open back up, you know what they labeled us as? Adult entertainment. They labeled tattoo parlors as adult entertainment. Like, first of all, how do you let a restaurant or a bar open before a tattoo parlor when we know more about infectious diseases and cross-contamination like a hospital? We have to take a course in infectious diseases called cross-contamination. Bloodborne pathogen, we have to take the certificate to get the certificate. But you let us open last at the bars and restaurants? We're adults. So the industry is just messed up. I say this all the time.
Well, hey, man, I know you got a lot of shit to do, and I appreciate you for coming on the show. We're going to figure out some way we're going to work, bro. It would have been easier if you were still here. I know you got affected, but it's all good. Technology is a motherfucker, and we'll figure out some shit to do.
Yeah.
And man, but I appreciate you coming on, and especially sharing some of the stuff that you shared that hell I didn't even know. And I'm not in the industry, but I kind of keep abreast of certain things, and that was just surprising to me. So I appreciate you, my brother.
You too, man. I mean, I appreciate you and everything you've done, man, towards my business, and just being a friend, brother. Like I said before, I'm very proud of you. Keep pushing, man. God bless you, brother. Too, man. And let's make something happen, man. If I gotta shoot up there real quick for a weekend, just let me know when you need me, man. Just let me know ahead of time so I make sure I ain't got nothing scheduled here, and I'll make it happen.
We'll figure it out, bro.
All right, brother. You have a blessed day and be safe.
You too, man. It's time to talk some shit with King B on the King B's Raw Fusion podcast. Well, time to talk some shit. Hey, I don't have any tattoos, and a lot of other people do, and that's the cool thing about being individuals. You can make your own decisions. A couple of things, though, if you're trying to attract someone, just know it might not be the turn on that you think it is for everyone. And that certain person that you're looking for, hey, they might not like it. But if you like it, you like it. So Regardless of whether you like tattoos or not, we can all agree on the simple fact that we should be safe. If you're going to get a tattoo, make sure you are following the guidelines illustrated earlier in the show. Make sure you check out who you're getting your tattoo done by, and make sure that they've done the proper procedures in order to make everyone safe. With COVID and all these other things going on, we forget that there are other diseases that are detrimental and can take us out of here. And to know that you can get a terminal disease just by getting a tattoo, well, I'm not going to say whether it's worth it or not. What I will say is it's worth it to be careful and do your research. And if you're going to do it, have fun, but make sure you're safe. I'm King B, and this is Raw Fusion.
Raw Fusion.